Oh, hey everybody, it's Shiny. It's June 15th, 2009, just in the evening or so. Just got back this weekend from a wonderful time that I had in Kentucky for ConFab, which was at Brad and Liz's house, Churn Baby and Mr. Fabulous, which was really wonderful, and wanted to talk a little bit about that because people are putting up their photos and doing a recap. Now, I made a decision not to take my camera because, I knew that a lot of people, first of all, have better cameras and are better photographers than I am. But the other thing about it is that, I'm not really one to know exactly how to capture the pictures of things. So that makes things a little bit tougher for me to be able to say, okay, stop it, this is really a photogenic moment here, and this is what I want to do. So I didn't really take a camera, and after this weekend I realized, although I had my phone, but my phone really, the camera doesn't really do much there, I realized that, I really did miss out on capturing these things so I could really do a nice recap. And I decided probably the best way to do this is to reenact it through video, which is why I'm doing a video recap instead, so you can find out what happened on the trip here. And I'm going to try to do it, reenact it in the best way possible or so. So let's just say that this Thomas the Tank Engine is me, so we'll go through what happened over here. First of all, Friday, got to BWI Airport, drove really fast, parked my car, got in a plane, got stopped at TSA, flew into Louisville, which is about 70 miles away, got myself a rental car, and then just drove all the way, and then got myself to the hotel, and then checked in. By that time everybody else was kind of hanging out a little bit, and got there and realized, wow, this is a beautiful place. The DoubleTree was really great. And then got changed, got showered, and then I went and really made the big thing happen over there, which is that's when I really got to see a lot of people, because I went to the karaoke bar / bowling alley. So I got there, and kind of a big place and everything, and I was a little bit nervous because I wasn't sure, who I would know or anything, except, I kind of went in, and I just happened to be like, here I am, and people were like, ooh, Shiny, and I was like, hey, what's up? And Britt was there too. It's like, Shiny, and then of course, Becky, she was watching the game, hello, ha, and our, go Pens, Shiny, it was really great. And some other people I didn't even know at this point. It's like, oh my God, is that you, Shiny? It's like, Janelle, hey, and so we had that. And then Sybil was there too, and she was like, Shiny, I read your blog all the time, you're awesome, man. And I was like, no, I read your blog all the time, you're awesome. And we made motor noises, and then John from Buddha on the Road, he was like, hey, dude, and this is actually a true thing, it's like, I work, what I do, I work with somebody who you worked with here in Virginia, because we're both from Virginia, which was really great as well. And Brad was there. It's like, hey, Shiny, glad you could come, man. This is really great. And so was Liz. It's like, hey, Sugar, it's so finally good to meet you. And then Carl was there too. It's like, hey, man, haven't seen you for a long time and stuff like that. And Lacey Lou was there. She drove because she brought her own car and stuff like that. And just lots of other people who just happened to be there. So Ginger Snaps I really hadn't seen for a long time either. And just lots. Whoa, too much. Yeah, a little bit too much to drink. So just lots. We are gonna have to cut you off. But just everybody's there having a good time. Some of them are hanging out over here on the porch. Some of them are on the patio. Some of them are doing karaoke. And Brad just kind of like gets up there and just, tears his shirt open, stuff like that. And eventually people are like, hey, let's go drinking. Let's do some more stuff like that. And I'm like, hey, this is great, because I'm meeting like all these new people or so. And I get up on stage and I start singing Hall & Oates. Sailing so painful. And people are like, woo, Shinies. And people are just, getting everything done. And Carl's like, hey, man, that's really great. Oh, I don't feel so well. And then Ginger's like up there, and then she starts singing Whitney Houston. She sings it really well. And just like, people are like, hey, man, I'm going to buy you more drinks. And eventually I'm like, trying to kind of walk a little bit straight over there, and I'm not doing so well. and then eventually I kind of sober up, and then we decide, we'll go back to the hotel because we're going to see everybody tomorrow anyway, and so we go back to the hotel, and, it's a lot of people, and it's kind of cool, and then we go back, and we stop for pancakes first, because pancakes are really, really cool. And then the next morning, and Hilly's there too, and we're like, hey, we have a secret, so we're going to drive this way. And we drive this way, and we happen to go to the airport because, as a surprise, we pick up Dave, and Dave's at the airport, and so we pick him up. It's like, hey, I'm blogography. Windows kind of sucks, and so do people who snap their gum. So we drive back to the hotel, and we just kind of hang out over here for a bit, and we have lunch and dinner, or lunch at Panera with Abitable and Britt. And, well, Britt's actually over there, but she's having lunch with us too. And, we just happen to see other people there. And Mr. and Mrs. Nobody come as well. And they decide to do some other stuff over here. And I'm thinking, it's like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go see a movie. And because it's so apropos, I'm going to see The Hangover. So I happen to go to a different mall over here, and I see The Hangover. It's like, it's really funny and stuff like that. And Bradley Cooper, and, eating popcorn is really great, kind of a great thing. And then from there, I went over to the house and just try to see if anybody was there, but people were kind of like hanging out other places too. So the only person who really was home at the time was Brad. So I kind of come in expecting a lot of people. And it's like, hey, how are you doing, Shiny? Glad you could come. Well, hey, I'm glad that you could do this and everything. So we're two guys who don't have much to talk about. Basketball, University of Kentucky basketball. That's a really big thing. Oh yeah, and I'm trying to fake it because I don't really know much about University of Kentucky basketball. So we're just talking. It's like, yeah, well, great that they've got this person this year. Yeah, it really is. Ha 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 ha. So we have that conversation there. Well, and then I go back to the hotel and I change. And here's the problem. We already gave away our other set with the airport on it, which I wanted to use. So I'm going to turn it this way instead. And this is Bliss Manor. This is their house. So we happen to be there, and everybody's there too. And Liz is like, Shiny, this is great. And she's making like tenderloin in the kitchen and stuff like that. And everybody else is there too. And we're all wondering at the same time, beforehand, by the way, we're just trying to figure out, because, we're getting all these tweets from Geeky Tai, and she's like, I'm still in Atlanta, Delta sucks, and, we're trying to figure out what's going on with her, and eventually, we were able to get her, and she was able to come right back in, just like, right at the nick of time. Hey, you're here too, so that's really great. We got to see a lot of other people too, because Sheila showed up, and Becky RN showed up, and just all these other people happened to show up, and so other people were there too. The whole bitch crew, they were like, we're wearing the same shirts, and that's really great too. And so we're all drinking. It's like, who wants sangria? And the sangria is there, and there's beer, and then there's also some other stuff too. I brought some moonshine, so that's there too. And so Pop Love is there, and I get to talk to her a little bit there too. And Linda and I were talking about rental cars and stuff like that, which was really great, awesome, also as well. And then, dinner served, and we have all this great dinner and stuff like that. And people are just outside drinking. And then it's like, well, let's go down over here and we'll do karaoke. And sure enough, Marty is dressed up as Elvis, so he's like, thank you very much, and he does karaoke over there, and we're all down over here, and we're doing karaoke, and we're all having a great time and stuff like that, and Dave is like, hey, it's so great to see everybody, surprised, and we're all down over here, and then I'm down doing karaoke, and whoa, sorry about that, and I'm doing, I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a driver, so, and then Brad comes down, it's like, who wants Jello shots, and we have Jello shots as well. And then somebody dials a phone. So, we're doing that, and then I'm just wandering around, just kind of like, talking to a lot of people, and it's really cool because these are really great people. I go upstairs, I'm like, oh my god, they got a Fight Club up here, and I just happen to see, like, Liz and Lacey Lou just kind of like punching each other in the face with, the first rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club. And then somebody's like, oh my god, here come the cops. And the cops come and everyone's like, hey, quick, hide your weapons and stuff like that. And the cops come and, we're able to chase them away and stuff like that. And then eventually, it gets to be kind of late and we're all kind of like dying down a little bit. And then we head back to the hotel, leaving a lot to clean up. So yeah, it was a really good weekend, and met a lot of great people, and hopefully we can do this again sometime soon. So, Liz, Brad, where are you, Brad? You guys are truly wonderful, so thank you guys very much. I hope everybody enjoyed my reenactment of this. This is pretty much exactly how it went down. You guys are awesome. hopefully we'll be able to see everybody again soon. Thanks a lot.